Are we the great American melting pot that we were taught in school? Are we a country that people from various portions of the world and various cultures have come to and blend together to make one seamless? No, we are not. Not really.
We never backing down. Never backing down.
Melting pot is a sociological concept, or even theory, if you will, that says that the United States is a culture that is constructed by blending various cultures together to make one uniform culture. America is a country that people from various parts of the world came, brought their culture, shed a lot of their own identity, and blended together to make an American culture. But the problem with that is look around. Is that what actually happened here? It's not. If we want to stay with the food analogy, we're more of a salad bowl. Salad bowl is looking at a dish that has a lot of variety in it. But these things retain their characteristics. They work together. Some of the flavor of one portion may bleed over into another portion in the salad, and they're ultimately part of the same dish. But when you take a bite of a grape or a strawberry, you know it's a grape or strawberry. Lettuce still remains lettuce. Whereas in fondue, look at a fondue bowl or pot. Look at a fondue pot. The cheeses and seasonings and different things they put in that fondue pot melt down so it is like one uniform goop. There might be some chunks in it, but it's still the same substance. When you scoop out, it's hard to avoid this or that because it's all melted together. What are some things that created this salad bowl? Well, in history, there's been a number of things. In times of great immigration, like the early 1900s, or even today, we find that there are groups like the Irish, groups like Mediterraneans, groups like Arab Americans, and groups like Hispanic Americans that come to this country in large numbers. But so very often when they come to this country, a lot of times they feel comfortable and there is a level of security when they stay with themselves. Ethnic neighborhoods often have developed in various times in our history. Ethnic neighborhoods, you still hear their nicknames. Chinatown, Little Italy. These are places that historically the same nationality or ethnicity settled together. And why did they settle together? So they could continue speaking their own language, so they can continue using their old value set. They could continue living around people that were similar to them and had a similar culture. America, the great salad bowl, has a lot of subcultures. Just think about it. Do we have Irish Americans and African Americans and Italian Americans and Arab Americans and Hispanic Americans? And don't all of those people retain some of their look, some of their values, etc.? Now, what caused this melting pot concept to be so inaccurate? Our history. We've had a lot of isms affect how we've come together as a people. Nativism. There's been times with great nativism, and yes, we have a nativism video. Please watch it. The nativist sentiment really slowed down the integration, amalgamation, assimilation of these various cultures, because the hatred or the strong dislike for people who were born elsewhere and not born where you were kept people from living together, working together, looking at each other as equals. Legalized segregation. How are you going to come together as a people if legally you cannot eat lunch together? Legally you cannot go to school together, live in the same neighborhoods, worship in the same churches. You have to understand there's many years of black codes followed by Jim Crow, followed by unwritten social norms has slowed down the complete integration of African Americans, Hispanic Americans, etc. into mainstream culture. The one drop law is an unwritten, we should do a video on the one drop law. But it's an unwritten rule that has been a very big player in the New World. North America, South America, the Caribbean. It's the concept that if you have any African in you, you're just not white. If you have anything in you, you just need one drop and you're no longer pure white European. So, it doesn't matter if you're half, you're quadroon, you're octoroon, and yes, they had names for all of this. You held a lower position in society. These are the things that prevent the fondue melting pot concept from being a reality here in our great country. And the differences aren't just ethnic, skin tone, country of origin. People who live in rural areas have a different lifestyle than small town people, than city people, metropolitan area people. People from the north or the south or the Pacific West have vastly different cultures. It's almost like visiting another country just by traveling within the American borders. It's a beautiful thing. So, America, is it really the melting pot that the song and we've all been taught, especially us 80s kids? Not exactly. But what we didn't get the melting pot, but we got a very interesting, very rich kaleidoscope, mosaic, salad bowl of a culture where different foods, different values, different looks all come together to make a great country. Will America ever completely blend? Will we ever be the exact same culture from north, south, east, west, medium complected, all? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in comments. Thanks for tuning in. Always like, share, subscribe, and we'll keep bringing more social dictionary definitions and discussions to you.